ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, entitled Prayers by Queen Kunti, Text 7. Before we read and discuss, we'll sing Jai Radha Madhava. जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन, यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यमुनातीरा वनचारी। यमुनातीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यमुनातीर वनचारी। यमुनातीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. वृंदावन धाम की जय. मथुरा धाम की जय. जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. मायापुर धाम की जय. तुलसी देवी की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Krishna Vrishtavatale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Pasyada Vishtarini. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, entitled Prayers by Queen Kunti, Text 7. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 7. The verses: Amantrya Pandu Putramscha Shaine Yodhava Samyutah Dvaipayanadibhirviprai Pujitai Pratipujitai. Read two more times. Amantrya Pandu Putramscha Shaine Yodhava Samyutah Dvaipayanadibhirviprai Pujitai Pratipujitai. Amantrya Pandu Putramscha Shainayodhava Samyutah Dvaipayanadibhirviprai Pujitai Pratipujitai. Word by word. Amantrya, inviting. Pandu Putran, all the sons of Pandu. Cha, also. Shaineya, Satyaki. Uddhava, Samyuta, accompanied. Dvaipayana Adibhi, by the rishis like Vedavyasa. Viprai, by the Brahmanas. Pujitai, being worshipped. Pratipujitai, the Lord also reciprocated equally. Translation: Lord Sri Krishna then prepared for his departure. He invited the sons of Pandus after having been worshipped by the Brahmanas headed by Srila Vyasadeva. The Lord also reciprocated greetings. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Apparently, Lord Sri Krishna was a Kshatriya and was not worshipable by the Brahmanas. But the Brahmanas present there, headed by Srila Vyasadeva, all knew him to be the personality of Godhead, and therefore they worshipped him. The Lord reciprocated the greetings just to honor the social order that a Kshatriya is obedient to the orders of the Brahmanas. Although Lord Sri Krishna was always offered the respects due to the Supreme Lord from all responsible quarters, the Lord never deviated from the customary usages between the four orders of society. The Lord purposely observed all these social customs so that others would follow him in the future. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namasreshtam Manamapi Shachiputram Atra Swarupam Rupam Tasyagrajam Urupurim Mathurim Goshthavati Radha Kundam Girivaram Maho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 7. Amantrya Pandu Putranscha Shaini Yodhava Samyuta Dvaipayanadi Viprai Pujitai Pratipujitai. Lord Shri Krishna then prepared for his departure. He invited the sons of Pandu after having been worshipped by the Brahmanas headed by Srila Vyasadeva. The Lord also reciprocated greetings. Let's start with the words Pujitai Pratipujitai. And the word by word translation that Srila Prabhupada gives is being worshipped, the Lord also reciprocated equally. But this is the greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyam mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. So Krishna very clearly mentions that whoever ye yatha mam prapadyante, so whoever is surrendered to me in whatever way, prapadyante is surrender. So ye yatha mam prapadyante namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradama maya parata jnanam asurim bhavam ashrita. So that prapadyante word is used in the other verse as well, where Krishna says that four kinds of people don't surrender unto me. Namam. So who are those four kind of people? Who are dushkriti, who have committed sinful activities. So in this chapter, in the previous chapter and in this chapter, we see that unfortunately Ashwatthama is in that category. So because he is unfortunately committed sinful activities, even though he is born in the family of a Brahmana, he has so dushkriti. So therefore, nama na prapatyante. So one who is dushkriti, unfortunately, they cannot surrender onto the Lord. So chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti no Arjuna, artho jignasur artharthi, jnani cha bharatarshava. So chaturvidha bhajante mam. So who are the ones who actually render loving devotional service to Krishna in some way or the other? It might not be pure devotional service. It might be it might not be jnana karmadi anavritam. So Srila Rupa Goswami gives the definition of what real bhakti is. So Srila Rupa Goswami says that anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanushilalam bhakti uttama. So the topmost, the transcendental loving devotional service, the definition of that Srila Rupa Goswami gives in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So Srila Rupa Goswami says that what is it? Anyabhilashita shunyam. So when the devotional service to the Lord is free from all other types of abhilasha. Abhilasha is some kind of expectation of something in return. So that is abhilasha. So when there is no expectation of any return in devotional service, that is shunyam. So devoid of any expectation in return. So anyabhilashita shunyam and jnana karmadi anavritam. So we see in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about the different yogas. So there is jnana yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, and then the bhakti yoga. So the jnana yoga is in terms of the understanding of so the understanding that based on the knowledge, the transcendental knowledge. So the knowledge is important. In the beginning, the knowledge is important, and in the end also the knowledge is important. The difference is in what the knowledge is. So in the beginning, the knowledge is in terms of the understanding that this material world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, mamupetya punarjanmam dukkhalayam ashashvatam, napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. So Krishna mentions that this mamupetya. So once one reaches the abode of the Lord, then there is no punarjanma. There is no taking of birth again in this material world. So dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So in the beginning, this is the knowledge that helps the living entity to understand the precarious condition that the living entity is in this material world. And why is that precarious condition? Because this sada samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat. So Srila Prahlad Maharaj mentions he's mentioning to Hiranyakashipu tat sadhu manye asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat. So when Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad Maharaj, what did you learn in the school today? Because Hiranyakashipu is trying to send Prahlad Maharaj to a school where there is no mention of worshipping of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. But since Prahlad Maharaj got the association of Narada Muni from the womb itself, he is a pure devotee of Krishna. So even in adverse circumstances, Prahlad Maharaj is always able to remember Krishna. So this is the greatness of pure devotee of the Lord, like Sri Prahlad Maharaj. And when Hiranyakashipu is asking, what did you learn? Prahlad Maharaj says, tat sadhu manye Asuravarya Dehinam. So he is saying that, O greatest among the demons. So he addresses Hiranyakashipu as greatest among the demons. That sadhu manye asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna diyam asadgrahat. So when the living entity accepts the untruth as the truth, that is, the temporary body as a permanent abode, then it is asadgrahat. That's asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna diyam. When the temporary is accepted as permanent, then there is samudvigna dhyam. Then there is a lot of the mind is turbulent, extremely turbulent, because we are accepting something temporary as permanent. So asad grahat hitvatmak pratam graham mandakopam vanam gatoyad harim ashrayet. So this is this harim ashrayet. This is the most important thing. The taking the shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Hari. So therefore, Krishna is also called as Ashraya Tattva, and we are the Ashrita Tattva. So Krishna is providing the shelter, and we are seeking the shelter. So this is the greatness of the Lord, and we see this practically in his example in the Govardhana Leela. Where Indra is unfortunately not able to recognize Krishna's position as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So so when the Vrajavasis have stopped worshipping the Indra, and then they have started worshipping Govardhan, then Indra gets angry and he orders a Samvartaka clouds to go to the Vrindavan and cause havoc there. And then Krishna lifts the Govardhana hill. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. So Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. So this is the wonderful prayer. So Girivara Dhari. So this is Krishna actually lifts the Govardhan hill on the little finger of his left hand. So that is the greatness of the Lord, that he can do anything. There is natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate, natat samasta cha vyatikas cha drishyate, parasya shaktir vividhaiva shruyate, swabhaviki jnana bala kriya cha. This is the transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that everything happens through his multifarious energies. Everything is happening wonderfully and naturally through his multifarious energies. And in his pastimes as well, this is very clearly seen in his pastimes. So in this verse, it is mentioned that Srila Prabhupada concludes the purport by saying that the Lord purposely observed all these social customs so that others would follow him in the future. So this is the verse where Krishna says, Yadyad acharati shreshtas tatta deva itara jana sayat pramanam kurute lokastat anuvartate. So this is so Krishna is personally showing this in this verse, where pujitai prati pujitai. So we know that all the devotees there, like Satyaki, Uddhava, the Pandavas, Vyasadeva, and all the Brahmanas, so they all understood that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is so it's only the devotees who can understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavrita modoyam nabi janati mamebhya paramavya. So Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita that he is not revealed to everyone. So he is covered by the Yogamaya potency. And this Yogamaya potency is wonderful. So when it is in the material world, it is in the form of Mahamaya. And when it is in the spiritual world, it is in the form of the real Yogamaya, where especially in Vrindavan, where Krishna's position The devotees are so intimately engaged with the Lord that they forget that He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is that beautiful verse that Srila Prabhupada always quotes: "Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasya gatanam paradevatena maya shritanam naradarakena sakam vijahru krita punya punja." So this is the look at this wonderful pastime where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is playing with his friends. Itham, and who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He is a person who gives the Brahma Sukha to all the transcendentalists who are after Brahman realization. So this is the going back to the talk, the concept that we are talking about in terms of the jnana, karma, and dhyana yoga. So in the jnana yoga, this is the realization of aham brahmasmi. So that is a realization. So in that realization, aham brahmasmi, one knows that one is eternal. So this eternally na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. As Krishna tells to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita that in reality we all the living entities are na jayate mriyate, so are never they never die. So kadachit, at any point of time. So at any point of time, the living entity is eternally existing. So this is the Brahman realization, the understanding that this dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantaram prapti dhires tatra na mohyati. The understanding that because there is presence of the dehi, the proprietor of the body, these changes are taking place. Dehina asmin yatha dehe. So within the body there is this proprietor of the body, and because of that there is kaumaram, yavanam, and jara. There is childhood, there is youth, and there is old age. Tatha dehantaram prapti. So similarly, the body has to be given up. Just like the progression happens within one life from childhood to youth to old age. So similarly, a progression will happen and the body has to be given up. So dhiras tatrana mohyati. So a sober person is not bewildered by these changes. So this is the beginning of the jnana stage. So Krishna mentions shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnana dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phala tyagam tyagas chantir anantaram. So Krishna mentions shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. So jnana dhyanam vishishyate. So shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. So when we are initially in the initial stages of this Brahman realization, one is doing the practice of trying to understand that one is Brahman. So Krishna says that better than that practice is being established in the state that we are Brahman. So shreyo hi jnanam. So that is jnanam, and then shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam vishishyate. So better than jnana is dhyanam. It is the meditation. Dhyana avastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogina yasyantam na vidu surasura gana devaya tasmai namah. So yam brahma varunendra rudra maruta stunvanti divyai stavai vedai sangha kramopanishade gayanti yam samada. This is a beautiful verse glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where it is said that Yam Brahma Varuna Indra Rudra Maruta. So all the great demigods like Brahma, Varuna, Rudra, Maruta. So all these are different demigods. Stunvanti Divyai Stavai. They all sing the glories of the Lord with transcendental hymns. Vedai Sangha Padair Kramopanishadair Gayantiyam Samaga. So all the Vedas and all the Upanishads Vede Sangapade Kramopanishade Gayantiyam Samaga. So all the Vedic hymns are glorifying the Supreme Lord. And then Dhyana Avastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogina. So the yogis are meditating Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya. So this is Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. So this is the transcendental lotus feet of the Lord. So the yogis are meditating upon that. Pashyantiyam yogina yasyantam na vidu surasura devaya tasmai namaha. So it is said that one who so no one can find the beginning and end of the Lord. So this is the aham evasam evagre nanyadyat sadasat param paschadaham yadetascha yo avashishyate sosmiha. So this is one of the four the seed verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna is talking to Lord Brahma, and he's saying that aham evasam evagre nanyadyat sadasat param, that Krishna is existing even before everything else existed. So aham evasam evagre. So in the beginning, when nothing else existed, it was only the Lord who existed. And from him, sarva karana karanam. So he's the cause of all causes. So aham evasam evagre nanyadyat sadasat param paschadaham yadetacha yo avashishyate sosmi aham. So in the beginning there was nothing but the Lord, and in the end there will be nothing but the Lord. So in the middle, who is existing? Again, it is the Lord. Just like in the beginning there is the Lord, and in the end there is the Lord. So in the middle also, it is the Lord only. It says that it is the multifarious energies of the Lord that are working. So in the Achintya Bheda Veda Tattva, we see that it's simultaneously one and non-different. So all this is so that's why Krishna says Yumam Pashyati Sarvatra Sarvam Cha Mai Pashyati Tasyaham Na Pranashyami Sachame Na Pranashyati. That one who sees everything in me and everyone in and me in everything, for such a person, Tasyaham Na Pranashyami. For him I am never lost, and Sachame Na Pranashyati. Or for him I am never anywhere away. So Durastam Chantike Chatat. So Krishna is very, very far away, and Krishna is the nearest as well. So this is Tapamyaham aham varsham nigranami utsirami cha amritam chaiva mrityumscha sadasat chaham arjuna. So very beautifully Krishna mentions that he is Sat and he is Asat also. So he is a Tapamyaham. So when there is say for example in the tropical countries like India, it is very hot. So that is Krishna, that heat is Krishna, aham varsham. So in country like Ireland and UK, there is a lot of rain. Krishna says, I am the rain. So I am that scorching heat, and I am also the rain. So the polarities. So Krishna says, I am the duality. So tapamyaham aham varsham nigranami utsrajami cha. So he's basically when the living entities are annihilated, that is he, and when the living entities are coming into existence, that also is Krishna. Nigranami utsrajami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha. So when this amrita is our eternal real position, that we are eternally existing. That is amrita. Chaiva mrityuscha. Mrityu is happening to the body. The vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grananti naroparani tatha shariraya vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. So Krishna very beautifully says in Bhagavad Gita, gives the example of the body as a cloth. So just like old cloth is given up and new one is worn. So similarly, the eternal soul is taking up, giving up the old body and taking up the new one. So vasamsi jirnani. Vasamsi is the cloth. So yatha vihaya navani grananti. So the new one is taken up. Naroparani. Tatha shariraya vihaya jirnani. Anyani samyati navani dehi. So the old is given up and the new one is taken. So this is the jnana stage. the understanding of that we are eternal. And then the dhyana stage is meditating upon the Lord. So the dhyana stage is the beginning of this samadhi. So dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So those are the three last stages of the Ashtanga Yoga. So dhyana, in the dhyana, dhyana avastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogina. So the yogis are dhyana avastita. So they are situated in dhyana, in meditating upon the lotus feet of the Lord. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo vachamsi vaikuntha gunanu varnane karau harer mandiram arjanadishu shrutim chakara achyuta satkathodaya mukunda lingalaye darshane drishav. So it is said about Ambarish Maharaj that he was always keeping his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, Krishna padara vindayo, and he was always talking about the glories of the Lord. Vachamshi vaikuntha gunanu varnane, as shrutim cha akara achyuta satkathodaya mukunda lingalaya darshane drishav. So he is always looking at the transcendental forms of the Lord. Tad bhritya gatra sparsha anga sangamamam. So his skin was engaged in touching the devotees of the Lord. Granam cha tadpada saroja saurabhe. So his nose was engaged in smelling the flowers offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Srimat tulasyam rasanam tadarpite. So his tongue was engaged in tasting the tulasi that was offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. So padaucha harikshetra padanusarpane. His legs were engaged in going to Harikshetra, the places of pilgrimage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari. Shiro Hrishikesha padabhivandane. His head was engaged in bowing down to the lotus feet of the Lord. Kamamcha dasye natu kama kameya yatho uttama shloka junashraya rati. So this is said about, so whatever his desires were that were engaged in serving the desire of the Lord. So this is the state of the, so this is the, so we talked about jnana, we talked about dhyana, then there is karma as well. So in the karma, so Krishna mentions shreyahu jnanam abhyasat jnana dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phala tyagam tyagat shantir anantaram. So better than dhyana is karma phala tyaga. So whatever activities are being done, it is being done as a service to the Lord, without thinking about what the result is going to be. So this is karma phala tyaga. And when that is done, when karma phala tyaga is done, then tyagat shantir anantaram. So then there is eternal peace is attained when one is engaged in the activities where one is not attached to the results. So it is the attachment to the result that causes the continuous cycle of birth and death. So we are doing something and we are doing something, and then we kind of are thinking that I'm going to get something out of this. And once that thinking comes, immediately there is so therefore it is called yajnartha karmana anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita that he says to Arjuna that yajnarthat karmana, that all the activities have to be performed. So Krishna, Vishnu is yajna purusha. So he is the all the sacrifices are to be performed. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. So all the sacrifices and all the activities have to be performed for the satisfaction of Vishnu, Krishna. So that's why he is yajna purusha. So this is yajnartha karmana. So therefore Krishna says that all the activities have to be performed as an offering of yajna to the Lord. Anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Otherwise, in this material world, there is karma bandhana. So when the attachment, so this attachment to the results. So when that happens, then there is this. So, for example, if someone is expecting some result, that some good result, obviously, when any activity is being done, the expectation is that the result has to come out positive. But it does not. Unfortunately, the material world is not created in such a way that we always get the positive results. So sometimes it is neutral, or sometimes, unfortunately, it is negative as well. So therefore, Krishna says karmanya vadikarastu. So keep on doing your activities. Ma phaleshu kadachana, but don't be attached to the results of the activities. Ma karma phaleturbur mate sangotsva karmani. And so someone might say that if I'm not attached to the results, then why should I do any activity? Because the only way we in the conditioned state, the only thing that we know is that I will do something and I'll get back something in return. That's the only thing that we know in the conditioned state. It's only in the transcendental state where we can be in a position that we do any activity and then we are just happy that we have done that activity. So whatever result comes, it doesn't matter. It can be positive, neutral, or negative. It doesn't matter. So that state is santushtya yena kenava. So dayaya sarva bhuteshu santushtyo yena kenava. And then there is third, sarvendriya upashantya cha tushyatyashu janardana. So this is a very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, where it says how one can satisfy Krishna, Janardana, one who is very dear to all the Janas, all the people. So how is it possible? So it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that the first thing is that one has to have compassion for all the living entities. Dayaya sarva bhuteshu. The second thing that is said is santushtya yena kenava. So one is satisfied in whatever circumstances one is in. So sukha dukkhe samay kritva labha labha jaya jaya. So this is santushta satatam yogi yatatma dridhanashchaya mayarpita manor buddhya yomad bhakta samay priya. Krishna very clearly mentions in Bhagavad Gita that what are the qualities of a transcendental devotee, pure devotee of Krishna. So he says that he is santushta satatam yogi. He is always satisfied, whatever be the condition. It can be something that the mind and senses are liking, or it can be something that mind and senses are not liking. So whatever be the condition, is satisfied. So santushtyo yena kenava, santushta satatam yogi, yatatma dridhanishchaya. So there is strong determination to engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Ahaituki apratiyata yayatma suprasidati savai pumsam parodharo yato bhaktira dokshaje. Ahaituki apratiyata yayatma suprasidati. This is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, where it is said that is the topmost parodharma. So there are a lot of dharmas that we can engage in. The dharma of so devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitranam nakankaram nayam ranicha rajan sarvatmanaye sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parihritya kartum. This is so when one is engaged in sarvatmanaye sharanam sharanyam. So who is the sarvatma? That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Sarvatma is the Paramatma, which is there in the Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Maya. So this Krishna is present in the heart of all the living entities as Paramatma. Upadrashtanumanta cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara Paramatmeti cha Apyukto Dehesmin Purushat Para. So he's the transcendental personality who is situated in the heart of all the living entities. So this is the Santushto Yena. So this is when we are saying about Savai Pumsam Parodharma, Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje. So the transcendental, the supreme occupational duty is Bhaktir Adhokshaje. So when we are rendering loving devotional service to the Lord, who cannot be understood by the blunt material senses. So the Adha Krita Akshaja. So Akshaja is eyes, and Adha Krita is one who cannot be known by the blunt material eyes. So one has to have the transcendental eyes to see the Lord. So therefore it is Premanjana Churita. Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hrideshu Vilokayanti. It is very beautifully said in Brahma Samhita that when the eyes are anointed with the love for the Lord, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, then Santa Sadaiva Hrideshu Vilokayanti. Then in that state of mind, a transcendental devotee is constantly seeing the Lord within the heart. Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Yam, and what kind of form is he saying? Shyama Sundaram. Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. So his form is transcendental cloud-like form. Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. And what is the form? Achintya. It cannot be seen by the material mind. The form of the Lord cannot be appreciated by the material mind. Therefore, it is achintya, and it is guna swarupam. It is full of transcendental qualities. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship such a the Lord Govinda, who gives bliss to the senses and to the cows, to the mind. So Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to such Lord Govinda. This is so we were talking about this jnana, then we said about dhyana, then we talked about the karma. So, and then in karma there is nishkama karma yoga. So that is yajna arthat karmana anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So therefore all the activities, O Arjuna, you perform without attachment to the results. Mukta sango naham vadi dhrityutsaha samanvita siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva karta satvika muchyate. So how is the work performed in the mode of goodness? So the first thing that Krishna says there is mukta sangha. So there is no attachment in the mode of goodness. The attachment is to the results is not there. Mukta sangha naham vadi. The second quality is aham vadi. So there's thinking that I am the doer. So that thinking is not there. Dhrityutsaha samanvita. The third quality is one has determination and enthusiasm. So that is the third quality. Samanvita siddhya siddhyo samobhutva. And in whether one is successful or whether one is not successful, one is so that's why santushtya yena kinava. So when we are going back to that, so siddhya siddhyo samobhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So this is santushtya yena keva. And then sarvendriya upashantyacha tushyatyashu janardana. So when there is sarvendriya, when all the senses are under control and are peaceful. So senses can only be peaceful when they are engaged in the service of the Lord. When the senses are not engaged in the service of the Lord, they go in their different directions. So the eyes will go into some material engagement, the ears will go into some material engagement, and it will get dragged. And when the senses are dragged in different directions, then the one-pointed concentration is not there. So that is bhoga ishwarya prasaktanam taya apaharata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidyate. So this samadhi, or the one-pointed thinking about the Lord, cannot be attained when there is bhoga and aishwarya prasakta, when one is attached to the sense enjoyment. So in that state, Samadho na vidyate. So this is so vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushakhahi anantascha buddhyo avyavasayina. So so that is the last point is that vyavasayatmika buddhi. So that is that one-pointed concentration on remembering the Lord. Smartavya satatam Vishnu Visvartavyam na jatuchit Sarve vidhe nishedasyor etayor eva kinkana. So this is said in the scriptures that the most important thing is to always remember the Lord and never forget Him. So this is the most important thing. And all the Sarve vidhi nishedasyor etayor eva kinkana. All the rules and regulations are subservient to this primary rule, which is Smartavya Satatam Vishnu. One has to always remember Vishnu, Krishna. Vismartavyam na jatuchit, and never forget Krishna or Vishnu. So that is the only rule. All the other rules and regulations are subservient to this main rule. So yena kenat prakarena mana Krishne nivashet sarve vidhi nishedasyor etayor eva kinkara. So this is another verse similarly said. Whatever tasmat kenapi upayena mana Krishne nivashet. Whatever way, try and think of Krishna always. So this is the Bhakti Yoga. So this is the topmost. So vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwan iti shabdyate. So this is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that this is vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam. So this is the knowledge that Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagwan. So in the Brahma stage, that is the stage where there is jnana, the stage of jnana. In the Paramatma stage, it is dhyana, and in the Bhagwan stage, it is bhakti. So bhaktya mam abhijanati, bhaktya tu ananya shakya. So this is and the topmost part of bhakti is tunde tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhaye. So what Srila Rupa Goswami is saying, that is the topmost state of bhakti, where Srila Rupa Goswami says that, oh the holy name of the Lord, when you dance on my tongue, Tandava. So this Tandava Nritya is done by Lord Shiva when he is extremely happy, or when he's extremely happy, he's doing a kind of more happy kind of dance, Nataraja dance. But when he is extremely angry, he does Tandava as well. So Srila Rupa Goswami says about the holy name of the Lord, and this is the Parakashta of Bhakti, the highest state of Bhakti, where he's saying that when the name of the Lord is dancing on my tongue, Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhaye. So he's saying that let me get, when the names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when the tongue is dancing like that, with the holy names of the Lord, performing the Tandava Nritya, then I feel as if I should get millions of mouths and tongues. Tundavali Labdhaye. Then it says Karna Kroda Kadambini Ghatayate. Karna Arbu Debhyas Praham. So then Rupa Goswami is saying that when I hear the holy names of the Lord, Karna Kroda Kadambini Ghatayate, Karna Arbu Debhyas Praham, I feel as if I should get millions of ears. Then Cheta Prangana Sangini, Cheta Prangana Sangini, Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kriti. So he's saying, Srila Rupa Goswami says that when the holy names of the Lord enter my mind, it captures Sarvendriyanam Kriti. So it captures the activities of all my senses. So all my senses become totally engrossed because the mind is engrossed. So Indriyani Paranyahur Indriyabhya Parammana, yo manasastu paro buddhi, yo buddhi paratastu sa. So even though the senses are very strong, but if the mind is controlling the senses, so because the mind is controlling the senses, if the mind is conquered, then automatically the senses gets conquered as well. So this the third part, Rupa Goswami is saying that Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kriti. So when the holy names enter into my mind, it captures my mind, and all my activities get controlled in that way towards the Lord. No jane janita kriyadbhir amritai krishneti varnadvai. In the end, Srila Rupa Goswami is saying that no jane janita kriyadbhir amritai. So the krishneti varnadvai. So this two varnas, Krishna, 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 Krishna. So this it is. I don't know how much nectar is there in this two varnadvai. I just cannot imagine. So this is the topmost state of devotional service, and we see in this verse how all these devotees are in that state. So here the devotees are mentioned. Amantrya Pandu Putranscha Shainayodhava Samyuta Dvaipayanadibhir Viprai Pujitai Pratipujitai. So all this Pandu Putra. So they are in the last verse when we were discussing, we mentioned about that particular verse where Rajan Priya Kulapatir Bhavatam Yadunam Devam. So this Mukti Dadachit Karhichit Smara Bhakti Yogam, that Krishna can give liberation to anyone, even to the demons. When they are killed, they get liberated. But he doesn't give that pure devotional service to everyone. So this is the transcendental state where all these wonderful devotees are the Pandu Putras, the Shaineya, Satyaki, Uddhava. Uddhava was very Vrishninam Paravo Mantri, Krishnasya Daitas Sakha, Shishyas Brahaspati Sakshad, Uddhava Buddhi Sattama. So it is said about Uddhava that he was the best minister in Krishna's court in Dwaraka. Krishnasya Daita Sakha. So he was the very closest friend of Krishna. So we see the Uddhava Gita in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the largest philosophical statement of Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. It covers so many chapters in the 11th canto. So he is the closest friend. So Krishna revealed everything to Uddhava. So Uddhava is there, and Dvaipayan Adibhir Viprai. So Srila Vyasadeva himself was there. So he is the literary incarnation of Krishna. Vedaisha Sarve Rahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Vedanta Vid Eva Cha. So all these, so Vyasadeva was Brahmana, and all the Brahmanas, they were coming and they were, so in the social orders, the Kshatriya actually goes to the Brahmana and offers their respects. But in this case, because Vyasadeva and all the Brahmanas knew that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they were actually going and offering respect to Krishna. And then Krishna reciprocation. Krishna was also doing the same. So here, that's why Srila Prabhupada mentions here, although Lord Sri Krishna was always offered the respects due to the Supreme Lord from all the responsible quarters, the Lord never deviated from the customary usages between the four orders of society. So Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Gunakarma Vibhagasha Tasya Kartaram Apimam Vidhi Akartaram Avyayam. So Krishna mentions that all this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and then the Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas, this Varnashrama, this is actually, it is coming from Krishna himself, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. So when it is coming from Krishna himself, when Krishna himself descends, he follows. So to set the example, he follows that. So Yad Yad Acharati Shreshta Tatta Deva Itaro Jana Sayat Pramanam Kurte Lokastad Anuvartate. So whatever, so Krishna personally gives the example of how to respect the Brahmana. So he is, and we see such a wonderful example of Sudama and Krishna. It's such a wonderful story, such an intimate story of friendship, where Sudama is coming to Krishna, and Krishna runs towards him, and Krishna asks Sudama to sit on the throne, and Krishna himself washes Sudama's feet. So this is what can there's nothing greater than this. The compassion of the Lord and the reciprocation of the Lord is there is no comparison to the reciprocation that the Lord gives to his devotees. Absolutely no comparison. It is beyond any comparison. So we see that how that is a topmost example where Krishna washes the lotus feet of Sudama, and then so that's the reciprocity that the Lord has towards his devotee. The devotee might take one step and the Lord takes 1,000 steps towards the devotee. Then there is this Karuna Sindhu. So therefore Krishna is called the ocean of mercy. It's just an example, a metaphor, ocean. But ocean is also in front of the mercy of the Lord. That comparison is also very less. It's just a metaphor. So this is so what we can understand here is how pratipujite is the most important word in the verse. That the Lord is reciprocating equally to the devotees. They are is equally. We can actually say that the Lord is reciprocating more, 100,000 million or unlimited times more than the devotees. That is the reciprocation of the Lord. So he actually says that ye yatham that yeme bhakta jana partha nime bhaktascha te jana mad bhaktanam cha ye bhakta same bhakta tamo mata. So in Adi Purana, Krishna says that who are my devotees are not actually my devotees, but the devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. So mad bhaktanam cha ye bhakta same bhakta tamo mata. The real devotee is the one who is devotee of my devotee. So this mad janma phalam idam madhukaita bare mad prarthaniya mad anugraha esham eva tvad bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya bhritasya bhritya itimam smara lokanatha. This is said by Kulashekara Alvar. He says that that this is my mad janma phalam idam, that this is my whatever janma, whatever I'm getting, the birth I'm getting, the goal of my birth is Madhu Kaita Bare, O enemy of Madhu and Kaitava, that let me become Tvad Bhritya Bhritya Paricharaka Bhritya Bhritya Bhrityasya Bhritya Itimam Smara Lokanatha. So it is 7 times. He says Bhritya Bhritya Paricharaka Bhritya Bhritya Bhrityasya Bhritya. So 7 times down the line, let me be the servant of the servant of the servant of the devotees of the Lord. And Krishna personally gives that example as well. When he's, especially in the story of Sudama, Krishna personally gives that example. So this is what we can take from this verse, pujitai prati pujitai, that being worshipped, the Lord also reciprocated equally. So thank you very much for allowing me to engage in this transcendental activity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Look at the comments. See from Gulnar Mataji, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, your Sanskrit recitations from Shastra are admirable. Can you give some tips on how to develop my memory and learn the verses and bhajans? Thank you very much, Mataji. It is the costless mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, there is nothing that even. So we see there is a beautiful verse which says that Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langyate girim yet kripa par tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. So it is the costless mercy of the Lord that this happens. By the costless mercy, even a dumb man can speak and a lame man can climb mountains. So it is the costless mercy. But in terms of the tips, it is trying to understand the meaning of each word. That is the most important thing. And Srila Prabhupada is such costlessly, mercifully, he has given in every verse. He has given the word by word, and that is what helps when we understand the meaning of each word, and then that and then we go into the depth of the verse. That's what I would call the depth. Each verse has its own depth in terms of the words that are used. So if we can go into the depth of the verse, understand each word, and then try to think about that verse as much as possible during the day, during the time. Understand each word, and then by understanding, it helps in memorizing. And once it is memorized, always keep thinking about that verse. Whenever we have time, just keep thinking about that verse, those words. So then slowly, through the costless mercy of the Lord, one is able to memorize that way. So the main point would be to understand the meaning of each word, and keep that impression of the meaning of the word in the mind. And once we know the meaning, then we can associate that particular word with wherever it is in some other part in the scriptures, and then we kind of bring that association together, and then we think about that association. So the main thing is the understanding the meaning of the word and trying to remember it whenever we have time. So those are the two tips. Thank you very much, Gulnar Mataji. Shri Rupa Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sometimes we may be doing service for Krishna, like say driving someone to a temple or gardening, but we are not remembering Krishna. The conversation may be negative, or the mind may be wondering when I am going to eat. So how to improve so we are always remembering? Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you very much for your wonderful question. This is, like devotees like yourself and all the devotees in the who are 24 hours engaged in the service of the Lord. I think by the fact that the surrender is so much in terms of the body being engaged in the service of the Lord, the mind and being always in the association of the Lord. So association of the Lord and His devotees. So when you're in that condition, there is no separate endeavor needed to remember the Lord. I think yourself and all the devotees in the temple and in the vicinity of the temple are very fortunate because you're constantly engaged in the service of the Lord, and therefore the remembrance is already there. You might actually think that you're not remembering, but because physically you are there, and so much service is being rendered to the Lord, that remembrance is already there. It's bhavagrahi Janardana. So we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam and all, we see the verse where it says bhavagrahi Janardana, that the Lord is not looking into the quantity. The Lord is looking into the quality. So even if we have one moment where we have 100% absorption in the Lord, that will lead to another moment of 100% absorption, and that will again lead to another moment of 100% absorption, until a time will come when there is only 100% absorption. Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityasha tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. So this, as Krishna says, that satatam yo mam smarati nityasha. So for such a person, I am easily obtained. So it is a matter of trying to in the remembrance part. It is a matter of whatever that one moment of 100% absorption is there, to keep that impression in the mind. And when that impression is kept in the mind, that impression can be recreated again and again and again and again. And then that remembrance is there. Even though the mind is, Arjuna actually says, Arjuna himself says that it is so difficult to control the mind. Tasyaham nigraham manya vayurivat sudushkaram. It is even difficult than controlling the wind. So then Krishna says, असंशयं महाबाहो मनोदुर्निग्रहं चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येन च गृह्यते. So Krishna actually accepts that. Undoubtedly, Krishna says that the mind is difficult to control, and he addresses Arjuna as Mahabaho, that you are a great personality. So then you will be able to control. Mano Durnigraham Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grahyate. So through practice and through renunciation, the mind can be controlled. The practice is that as I was telling, the one moment of 100% absorption, if we can keep that in the mind and recreate it every time, then that one moment will become 2 moments, 3 moments, 4 moments, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and then lifetime, and then eternal. Hopefully, I have answered a little bit, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All glories to the simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthadre. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthadre. Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini. Sarvam Samarpayami Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hare Krishna.